So you're trying to make that perfect desk setup, but you can't quite put it together and you're not sure why it's not coming out the way you want it to. 9 out of 10 times, I guarantee you it has something to do with the way you're lighting your workspace. Believe it or not, immediately after pretty much your desk and chair, your lighting aesthetics and practicality are the most important thing in a workspace because they define everything from the mood to the productivity to the practicality of how you actually use your workspace. And today I'm going to give you a couple of tips on the lighting that I use to bring a lot of personality to my workspace, which you can kind of see behind me, and hopefully in the process kind of give you a little bit of direction as to how you can bring some personality to yours. Let's get started. Every good workspace needs what I call a strong foundational lighting. This is your most frequently used light source and one that you can rely on unconditionally to provide you with all the practical illumination you could possibly need. In my case, I use BenQ's smart screen bar. Because I have a monitor, this thing docks really easily on top of it, and its biggest strength by far, aside from the obvious benefits of reducing eye strain and glare from my monitor, is the benefit that it illuminates my immediate proximity in such a subtle but meaningful fashion. For example, if you look at my desk pad area, you can see my keyboard and mouse are well lit, and my immediate workspace has all the illumination I need for a practical use case. However, I also love the fact that this monitor light allows me to adjust the temperature. So for example, when I'm in a more casual mood, I might use warmer tones. However, when I'm in a more productive or hardcore mode, I go for more rigid tones with a stronger temperature. And depending on what your preference is, it's just really nice to be able to add that personality, but also get the right amount of illumination without the light getting too overwhelming. And I really think this lighting alone, honestly, is enough for any workspace. All the other ones I'm going to mention, of course, are useful, but it's pretty cool. And as a bonus, this thing actually comes with a wireless remote control that looks really sleek and modern. It controls everything from the temperature to brightness to the automated modes, as well as the ability to set favorites. It's honestly an awesome monitor bar, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. Another fantastic tool which I swear by is my Simpa floor lamp, located towards the left side of my desk. You'll notice I mentioned this is a floor lamp, and that is true. But the cool thing about its super sleek design is that it fits right in between my shelf and my lamp. And it's a multi-purpose light because it also illuminates a part of my shelf, but its key purpose is to complement and further support my foundational lighting. And this lamp by Simpa is so awesome for two reasons. Firstly, it has built-in temperature control, so again, I can set the right mood of my lighting, and I can sync it pretty closely with my monitor light. As a result, I can increase the illumination area, and because I can move the stem around, I can also use it for my B-roll shots when I need to have targeted lighting in a specific area. It is both practical, aesthetically nice, and highly effective. Nothing looks more professional than having a nice looking desk lamp on your desk because it just screams productivity and professionalism for a number of reasons. However, in my case, I may have gone a little overboard as I got BenQ's evening lamp. Aside from being extremely massive, this lamp has a lot of nifty features. It has a very high quality, fully metallic exterior, a nice rounded and weighted base, a fully braided cable, but its key feature or signature by far is its curved LED fixture, which provides the perfect diffusion of light. So it's not too strong or too focused in an area, it just spreads so nicely, which also allows it to nicely complement my foundational lighting and is a heaven sent piece of art when it comes to B-roll lighting in my case as well. Now, two things I want to mention. Firstly, just like my other lights, I have temperature control here, so I can set warmer tones or colder tones depending on what type of mood or lighting I need, and of course brightness control as well. Also, the ability to move this lamp in multiple directions really gives me a lot of control on the type and area of illumination that I want. I can wholeheartedly recommend this, though you don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money with a nice desk lamp. There are plenty of affordable and cheap desk lamps that look just as good in my opinion and will, well, serve the practical purposes you're looking for. If your workspace is situated directly next to a wall like mine is, well then light bars are your best friend. Their extensive color tone allows you to bring so much personality to your workspace. For example, I use Govee Smart LED light bars. These things are fully Wi-Fi connected, have their own app, and also have Google and Alexa integration. They have a full RGB palette, meaning I can choose a number of distinct color combinations depending on, again, my mood or what kind of theme I'm trying to set, and it just really complements my white wall so nicely because the color evenly spreads behind my workstation, as you can again kind of see over here, and it just allows for a vibe. That's literally how I describe them. While they are an optional component and don't serve a lot of practical purpose, they aesthetically are definitely a piece of work. And finally, I have accessory lighting. This is by far the most subjective and optional of the bunch, but basically this rechargeable LED light strip right here has one key benefit. It provides a really nice look to any given area that's outside of the immediate vicinity of your workspace. In my case, this pegboard is faintly lit thanks to this light over here, and it just gives it that finishing tone that you might want in an area. But of course, like I said, this one is the least significant of the bunch. It only applies if you really have something to illuminate outside of the area of your workspace. Hopefully, I've made your day a little brighter. Putting aside the ridiculous puns, of course, the point here is that lighting is super important. Even if you have a budget setup, if you have the right lighting, it can add all the personality and be a great starting point about feeling good about your workspace in general. And keep in mind, while some of the items I've shown here are a little expensive, you don't necessarily have to get these exact ones. There are plenty of cheaper alternatives with similar functionality, and those will do just fine for the purpose of providing personality to your desk. And I promise you, if you get your lighting right, everything else just kind of sets in place and works out anyway. So hopefully you got some cool ideas. If you have any questions, let me know. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to this channel. It genuinely means the world to me and helps me grow. Catch you in the next one.